here at First Lutheran in Pontiac. This is our Sunday school portion for today. Glad that you could join with us, and we enjoy doing this with you. We are still in Genesis. We are in Genesis 23, beginning in that chapter, verse 1. And Sarah lived 127 years. These were the years of the life of Sarah. And Sarah died in Kiriath Arba, that is Hebron, in the land of Canaan. And Abraham went in to mourn for Sarah and to weep for her. And Abraham rose up from before his dead and said to the Hittites, I am a sojourner and foreigner among you. Give me property among you for a burying place. So he's getting ready to buy a place to bury. And this is going to be a long tradition in this family, that I may bury my dead out of my sight. The Hittites answered Abraham, Hear us, my Lord. You are a prince of God among us. Bury your dead in the choicest of our tombs. None of us will withhold from you his tomb to hinder you from burying your dead. Now here's something we need to remember. Abraham is such a great man, and Abraham is such a witness. They see God. Now you got to remember, the Hittites are not followers of Yahweh or the God of Abraham. They are, into pantheons and other different gods, and they have respect for this man. This says something about his witness, his life, and this should be a great example to each and every one of us. Our life should speak to others. So they said, we're not going to hold anything back. You want it, you got it. We're going to give it to you, because they respected him. And he said to them, If you are willing that I should bury my dead out of my sight, hear me and entreat for me Ephron the son of Zohar, that he may give me the cave of Machpelah, which he owns. It is at the end of his field. For the full price, let him give it to me in your presence as property for a burying place. Now notice something. They respect Abraham, but Abraham respects them back. Respect is something that is a dual thing. He doesn't say, well, I'm gonna, I'll take it at a cut right price. You got to cut the price way down and just give it to me. No, he gives them full price. He doesn't try to dicker with them or whatever. He respects back. They are willing to go to this man and he is in turn willing to respect them back by saying, hey, I'm going to give you the full price for this thing. And buy it. Now Ephraim was sitting among the Hittites, and Ephraim the Hittite answered Abraham in the hearing of the Hittites of all who went in the gate of his city. No, my Lord, hear me. I give you the field, and I give you the cave that is in it. In the sight of the sons of my people, I give it to you. Bury your dead. Then Abraham bowed down before the people of the land, and he said to Ephraim in the hearing of the people of the land, But if you will hear me, I give the price of the field. Accept it from me, and I may bury my dead there. Ephraim answered Abraham, My Lord, listen to me. A piece of land worth 400 shekels of silver. What is that between you and me? Here are two great men of character who are saying, look, I'll just give it to you. No, you can't. These are men of character. We need this today in our interactions. We need character. Everybody today is looking for, the inside thing or the hook or whatever, or trying to get the, a deal out of somebody or rip somebody out. No, these two men are men of character. So, accept it from me, Abraham says, that I may bury my dead there. Ephraim answered Abraham, My Lord, listen to me. A piece of land, it's nothing between you and me. Abraham listened to Ephraim, and Ephraim weighed out for Ephraim the silver that he had named in the hearing of the Hittites, 400 shekels of silver, according to the weights current among the merchants. So the field of Ephron in Machpelah, which was to the east of Mamre, the field with the cave that was in it, and all the trees that were in the field throughout its whole area was made over to Abraham as a possession in the presence of the Hittites, before all who went in the gate of his city. After this, Abraham buried Sarah his wife in the cave of the field of Machpelah, east of Mamre, that is Hebron, in the land of Canaan. The field and the cave that is in it were made over to Abraham as property for a burying place placed by the Hittites. Here again, we see character. Here we see people who have respect for one another, people who are willing to love and care for one, even though they have great disagreements, I'm sure, on God, on other things, but they still respect each other, and they care enough for each other to be honest and upfront. This is something we could all learn from today. We've got a society that is run amok. Nobody respects each other. Nobody, wants to be decent to each other. It seems like. I know there are many people who are, but sometimes it seems like that's almost the exception. And I know it's not, but we see the other voices that seem to be so loud. We should show our character, and we should show ourselves in God, and people should see something different in us, just as the Hittites did with Abraham. And then we should show respect back. Pray today that God would bless and keep you this day and all.